The day, there are only three layers. The bottom layer of life is safety. When we don't feel safe, we go into panic mode. And when we're panicking, the brain is focusing on self-protection. And in fact, we, like a radar seeking the enemy, we see danger everywhere. And we react to the reality that we see. The second mode, hopefully if we're safe, is we seek a meaningful purpose, because all things that are purposeless become meaningless. So we begin to seek a meaningful purpose. And that's kind of like Maslow's hierarchy, where the highest level is kind of self-actualization, which is finding something meaningful. But the highest truth doesn't come from us. It's not coming from what I am seeking. It comes from God, from what is revealed. And each one of us has been chosen to be part of his world, whether you're male, whether you're female, even whether you're a dog or a cat. That was a choice. Nobody chose to be created. Creation was a choice of God. And that's because ultimately God has a beautiful vision of a harmonious world. And harmony is not what people may think of as sameness. So many different cultures try to stamp a large group of people with the same identity. But creating a same identity, even quote unquote people that think that they're liberal, they think, in fact, liberalism is just another form of radicalism. They think that they are, oh, we are inclusive. But how do you feel about people that disagree with you? Are you still inclusive? So you're not really inclusive. You just have another religion, another brand of identity, which you are afraid of perhaps not agreeing to, or you've been perhaps brainwashed into, as most identities, and therefore you seek to impose it on others, which we see a lot of very, very sick kind of not caring about law and order or disrespecting those that disagree. So is it truly liberal, which would mean open to all? I don't think so. So again, we find this kind of like difficult conundrum of how do we maintain uniqueness and commonality at the same time? Because if I'm different, doesn't that make us different? The answer is yes and no, because you could have many people acting in a play or many people working for a company, and they're all part of the same team. And that's the key thing in this world. There is only one story, one true story, and that is called his story. All the philosophies that don't agree with the facts eventually go into the dustbin of history. But that which does bring out the best in each person and each thing for who and what they are and what they are here to contribute to the greater good of the whole. So it's kind of like the concept that each and every part, every flower is part of the garden, every tree is part of the forest, and every human is part of humanity. We are all part of the big picture. And when we go deeper into it, everything, the fly, the bee, everything, like the circle of life, the tremendous biodiversity and the amazing biosphere that we have, everything is contributing to everything. We are all in this beautiful symphony. We are notes in an infinite symphony. And just to conclude with one final thought, a very, very beautiful concept, is that it's infinitely greater than anybody ever imagined, because the most we could imagine, the most the brain can assume, is obviously even a phone has a limited amount of data. So it can only take in so much information. But the fact is that the one that created us has unlimited data. Data is a creation of his, unlimited potential, unlimited abilities. So while our brain can only understand so much, his brain is not limited. And because it's unlimited, that means our brain too is unlimited. How do you get something unlimited in something limited? It's called downloads. Your phone, technically, if it had unlimited data and gigabyte could always download another app forever. And there would always be more apps being created by different creative people all the time. So the limitation that exists is only a limitation based on conception. But if what's coming to us is coming from higher, from an unlimited place, that means not only are we all part of the symphony of life, every part of the symphony of life can always be upgraded and therefore can always upgrade the entire symphony.